Alright, so some of you may have heard of this new game called Deadside, and maybe you even picked it up, but have you guys actually been able to get any good gear? I know I didn't at first, but after a few days of playing, I've actually kind of figured out a few things that might just help you out. Today I'm going to be going over a few tips and tricks to help you guys get a little bit extra gear, win those gunfights, and overall just be a better Deadside player, and also just showing off a little bit of the gameplay. But anyways, before we get into the episode, if you guys want to check me out live, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I know I've been lacking a lot lately on the channel and over on my Twitch, but I am back officially this Monday. I'm going to be streaming, so if you guys want to check that out, 1 p.m. CST every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Go check that out, link in the description, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the episode. Now, right here's actually a really great clip of just kind of my personal gameplay style. So before I started the clip, I've been looting. I went up to a place and I looted it. I do believe this is Boar, and I decided I was going to go to the radio tower area and the little house behind the radio tower, and you know, just a few things while I'm running. I'm always in third person. I always have auto run on whenever I'm running like longer distance, so I can kind of do a few extra things, you know, check my map, you know, all that stuff, make sure everything's going great, and maybe organize my inventory a little bit more. But the main thing I do while running is I actually use the free look, and the free look's a little broken in this game. You can basically turn like 180 degrees around, and I'll show right now how that's actually a way that I actually survived in this instance. And right there I take out those two guys, and that's, you know, tip number one, always be in free look. Now a little bit later I heal up, and then a little bit later after that I actually go down to the building next to the radio tower. And tip number two is check every single room. Loot everything that you can as fast as possible, but don't worry about being too thorough, because as you guys can see right here, I actually get really good loot just because I was a little bit more thorough than most people are, and I was able to find this, and yeah, I got some really nice loot. And once you've finally gotten into a few gunfights and you've actually gotten a good amount of loot, what you want to start doing are missions. Missions are tasks that you can do in the game. Most of you should already know this. Essentially, you go to a spot, you kill all the scavs that are there, and then you can actually get, you know, like the scav loot, you know, crate thing. I don't know. You get like this little, you know, crate, and you open it, and it's got a lot of good loot. Normally, it's got a lot of money, but also don't forget to loot the scavs, because those guys can have some of the best loot in the game. Earlier today, I actually got a heavy assault helmet, like the full thing, and I've actually been rocking that all day. And yeah, don't forget, loot the scavs, do the missions, all that stuff, and then once you guys start doing that, you guys are going to be getting a lot of good loot, and then you guys can actually go and PvP without too much of a worry of dying, especially if you guys have teammates. Now, one quick thing to note before I actually go into the next tip: if you guys are wanting to get into PvP and or just killing scavs, you might actually realize that body shots don't do hardly any damage. So make sure you're aiming for the head. Takes that like extra few seconds that most people don't take, and hit someone in the head, because you could hit someone 4 or 5 times in the chest and they won't die. You hit them once in the head, they die. So make sure you go for those headshots. Now, my fourth tip is to always try and find a teammate. If you don't know someone who has the game, maybe try and find someone in the game like I've done, and make friends with them over voice chat. Voice chat has been very helpful for me because I don't know very many people who have the game. And so what I did was, whenever I'd spawn in, I'd go to a very popular spawn, you know, location to like get basic loot. And normally I'll see someone else there, and I can just get on voice chat and be like, yo dude, you want to do this? You want to go raid military base? Maybe even go to the safe zone to try and find people. But just moral of the story is just kind of try and get a teammate, because teammates are very useful. Having someone to tank for you if you start getting low, having someone to just kind of have an extra pair of eyes to be watching different locations, and also just being able to flank people is just a lot better. Way more effective having 2 people. And I actually was running with 3 people, because one of the guys that I met in game had his own buddy, and I joined up and we all ran as a squad, and we owned the server. We even killed the server admin, which was a really funny story, because we were raiding military base, and I didn't know at the time that the owner of the server was at military base. We wiped out like 3-4 scavs. I ran up the tower and the guy was trying to pick people off, and I turned the corner and I just pop him 4 or 5 times in the head with an AK and get his freaking M4, which is super decked out. So now I've got a heavy assault helmet and an M4. Now I just need heavy assault armor and I will be the most decked out guy on the server, which is crazy. And yeah, I couldn't have done that if I didn't have the, teammates, because I probably would have gotten mowed down by that M4, because whenever I was taking out the scavs, I would have just gotten popped, because we were able to take out the scavs because we had someone else, overwatching us, and it was just really great. So make sure you're trying to find teammates. If you don't have anyone who has the game, just go somewhere at like a spawn location, go to the safe zones, ask around, you'll find a teammate or anything.
I just need some meds.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, we'll both be right now. Oh, he's got some nails in here. Yeah, I'd say we want to get out of this area because they're gonna want to pick us off. So you want to head back to the safe zone real fast so we can drop this stuff. My fifth and final tip is to build a base. The reason you want to do this is because you can put storage containers in the base. Now, what I went for was a 1x1 base to start off with, and I'm going to be upgrading progressively in the future. You can go for a 2x2 or larger if you really are ambitious, but getting that initial 1x1 is the hardest thing I've had to do in the game, honestly, because losing the saws and the hammers and all the stuff that you need to build the base when you don't have it done, it's really stressful, really annoying. So get that base up and then put in a few storage containers and you can store all your stuff, and it's a lot more useful. So yeah, tip number 5, as soon as you start getting any good gear, build a base. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching the video this far. If you guys have enjoyed, please make sure and drop a like. If you guys really enjoyed and want to see more, please subscribe. But yeah, now I'm gonna get into a few extra things that I didn't really think were necessary and you needed to know, but these are just some helpful tips along the way. First things first is radios. They're very useful actually. If you have a radio and it starts going off, that means that there are scavs that either spawn nearby or you're close in proximity to scavs. So just a little heads up for you guys. Also, don't forget, while you guys are looting around, to pick up any sort of electrical tools such as circular saws or drills. Those things sell for a lot at the vendors. You can get a lot out of them. Circular saws sell for about 8k. Drills sell for I think 6k. I'm not sure on that, but I think it's 6k. Also, don't forget to pick up nails, burlap, or sheet metal whenever you guys are out and about. If you guys are planning on building like a nice base, those are things you will need. And yeah, anyways guys, without further ado, hopefully you guys had a fantastic day. If you guys enjoyed this episode, I really appreciate if you guys would go drop a like. Maybe go check me out over on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. CST. Go check that out. Link will be down below in the description. But without further ado, have a fantastic day and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. I hit him once. All right. I got him. God damn. Okay. I'm sorry, what? Alright, hopefully you got that. Good for you. Lighter, gotcha. Tracksuit, okay. Apparently his shit was fucked up, okay. Ooh, a radio, that's useful. Means AI is near, right? All right. Oh, fuck. I don't think I'm ready to take AI right now. Okay. Ugh. Don't kill me.